Tonight on the news update, new numbers from Hurricane Michael in Florida. Also, new images coming in. And I will read to you the public information statement that was issued earlier this morning from Tallahassee. Also tonight, dangerous rain expected in Delmarva. Delmarva tonight is bracing for heavy rain and windfall from the remnants of Michael. Also tonight, Long Island Railroad issues. Unauthorized person ends up on the tracks. And a track fire in Westbury that was just reported earlier this evening. Voter registration deadline in New York is approaching, along with other voter registration deadlines coming in Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia. Selena Gomez hospitalized. Selena Gomez had an emotional breakdown as she sought health treatment. And lastly, previewing the spreads for Week 6 of the NFL. Tonight on Andy's News Update.
Now, from the Random Studio in New York City, this is the News Update with your host, Andy's Randomness.
Good evening, everyone. It is 10 o'clock in New York, 9 o'clock in the Midwest, 8 o'clock in the Mountain Time, 7 o'clock on the West Coast. I am your host, Andy Powell, coming to you live from the Random Studio in New York City. A lot to get into this evening. We're going to lead off tonight with new numbers from Hurricane Michael. This devastating storm obviously packed a punch in Florida. We are going to go to our first headline of the evening. Currently, at the moment, 6 people have been confirmed dead from Hurricane Michael. 1.2 million homes and businesses are without power. I just want to quickly look up WBOC's website. Up so that way we can... I should have had that. Ooh, this was interesting, folks. I'm going to have to get into that in just a second. This is what I don't understand. Why isn't the weather main headline tonight on, I'm a little bit upset. I wanted to look it up, but let's see. Not what I had in mind, folks. I'm kind of annoyed with, I am very annoyed tonight with WBOC. Very annoyed that they are not doing their job. This is not good. This is not good at all. Let me check WMDT for a second. I wanted to get you the info on the weather in Delmarva tonight. See, I'm very annoyed that I can't get you any information. This is awful. I'm not able to get you any information about what's going on here. Honestly, it's just disturbing. I can't get you any weather information. Let's check the weather on here. Okay, I got you this. So that's better than nothing. So we'll move that here. And then we'll check the GFS and see if I can get you anything else. Let me see if WRDE is doing coverage. Should. That is our affiliate. Yep, that's not good, folks. We are not getting... looks like we have a YouTube video for WRDE News. Let's see what they say.
You're watching WRDE Coast TV.
Here's your Thursday WRDE Today Web News Update. I'm Walt Marcus. Selbyville man.
Oh, come on. I mean, I normally would care what happens in Selbyville, but it's not a big deal today. The weather should be the top headline. I know, it really makes me angry. All right, let's see what happened in Selbyville, and then I'll go back to the weather. I apologize, everyone.
Hey, Web News Update. I'm Walt Marcus. A Selbyville man is facing burglary and theft charges. Tuesday morning, troopers were called to Shingle Point Road, Georgetown, for a burglary that happened sometime over the weekend. Someone took numerous items while the homeowner was at work. Police have identified Anthony Rodamel as the suspect. He surrendered and was released on bond.
Oh, that's interesting. They probably took him to Sussex County Detention Center on Route 113, and they released him. Unbelievable. The cops, I'm just going to say is the cops used to be very strict in Delaware. They're letting up. And that's where I'm going to end it. But anyhow, since it did take place in Selbyville, I would want to care about it since it is a story that impacts me and it's in Sussex County, Delaware. But anyhow, back to Michael. All right, here are the numbers. 155-mile-an-hour wind. Wind speed nearly the highest possible for a Category 4 hurricane with which Michael made landfall near Mexico Beach and Panama City. And it almost got to Category 5, but I can't confirm from the statement 129 peak mile-per-hour wind gusts were reported. So I'm going to disregard the public information statement because I think it's inappropriate at this moment. So here is some sad news. 6 deaths have been reported from Hurricane Michael. An 11-year-old girl who local officials in Georgia said was killed when part of a metal carport crashed into her family's mobile home in Lake Seminole. And a 38-year-old man who was killed when a tree fell onto his moving car in Statesville, North Carolina. Saw that picture yesterday. 14 feet maximum height forecast for the storm surge when Michael's strong winds pushed the ocean water onto land. Storm surge just over 9 feet was reported Wednesday in Acapulco, Florida. 12 inches isolated maximum amount of rain that Michael was expected to dump across the Florida Panhandle and the state's Big Bend region, as well as in southeast Alabama and parts of southwest and central Georgia. 9 inches maximum amount of rain that Michael could bring to the isolated areas from Virginia to North Carolina. I want to mention to everybody right now that 2 to 5 inches of rain is expected in Delmarva tonight. I can confirm to you all that it is possible that local amounts could be higher in Ocean City. 1.2 million number of homes and businesses without power in Florida, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia as of Thursday evening. The most powerful outages are in North Carolina with 484,487 customers without power. 30,000 number of workers mobilized from across the country to restore power. All right, so 6 states had emergency declarations. And I can confirm to you that Maryland and Delaware did not issue any declarations because this is just probably one of those regular storms that we normally get in Delmarva. But it's very important to let you all know right now that 30 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts are expected in the peninsula tonight. Which, again, I'm very annoyed our media in Delmarva does not want to cover it. Anyhow, I'm not going to get into more numbers here because 35 counties. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If this was coming to Ocean City or anywhere else in Delmarva, Larry Hogan would have declared a state of emergency. He would have. I'm just saying that right now. So, at the moment, what I am going to do right now is look up Delmarva Power and see if we have any outages in the peninsula tonight at this moment. It could be possible that we could have some in Sussex County, Delaware. That's where I am thinking at the moment if any customers are without power in Delmarva. So let's check. Let's take a look at the current outages in the peninsula tonight. Let's see what we got from the map. Okay, looks like right now we have some isolated outages. Okay, here we go. 5 customers are without power tonight in the Salisbury area. Power was lost right before 9 p.m. Estimated restoration time expected around 11 p.m. tonight. So again, thanks to Exelon, they know what they're doing. They normally restore the power very quickly into these areas. We have a power outage near Rehoboth Beach. They confirm this. Is this near Rehoboth Beach? Okay, folks. Yes, this is by Rehoboth Beach. Just off Lewes. Okay, less than 5. Expected to be repaired by 11 o'clock tonight. So good news is in the service area, I can confirm that Delmarva Powers doesn't really have that many things. We got an isolated outage here in, I'm going to confirm to you where it is, right around here. Okay, so right around, right by, oh no, right by Lawrence State Park. They have no power. That's odd. But... all right, interesting, but all right. Interesting development tonight. This area right here, if you're not familiar with it, by Alfred Children's Hospital near... yes, I know this area very well. It's by Rock Manor. Okay, so this area right here, I'm trying to see what this is. Is this an apartment building? I can't get you that information right now, but there are 33 people. So these are probably isolated, non-storm related outages. But I'm telling you right now, I expect outages later tonight in Delmarva. If there's no power lines down, I would be very surprised because it's possible. But then again, the power lines are usually maintained. So if something does happen, Delmarva Power gets right on it. They normally do. So there's going to be a possibility that it could be outages tonight in the peninsula. Let's read this right now. Yes, that's Daniel Johnson. Usilis is usually on during the 5:30 news. That's the only time I watch WMDT news is at 5:30. Because normally what I do is I watch WMDT at 5:30 because then it brings me up into World News Tonight with David Muir, of course, when I'm down in Delmarva. But that's the only time I watch the ABC affiliates. All right, WMDT, the ABC affiliate for ABC, is reporting that there are expected wind gusts to be in the peninsula tonight near 40 to 60 miles an hour with some gusts higher at the immediate coast. Total rainfall accumulation of 2 to 5 inches expected with possible isolated higher amounts. Okay, so now we can get you the cone of uncertainty here. And cone of uncertainty is Delmarva is getting slammed with rain. So as you can see here, there goes Tropical Depression Mike dumping tons of rain into Delmarva tonight. I had a radar image, if I can pull it up for you at the moment. Play the animation. Okay, so here's what we're facing right now. As you're seeing right here, there is a band of rain that ended up in Somerset County, right there. There's Somerset County. And then there is where I live in Maryland. That is Worcester County, my second home. And what Salisbury is, that's where Rocomico is. So Somerset and Worcester are seeing some little bit of bands of rain, but Hopefully not too bad, but I'm worried about the wind. That's what I'm worried about. It's possible flash flooding has happened, and we've seen it happen in Milford earlier this summer. We saw what flash flooding can do, and it literally was flooded all over Milford. Well, not everywhere in Milford, but there were some parts that got hit hard from the flooding rain. And that's why I worry about these tropical storms, is because you saw what happened in Florida, and our peninsula is just too small. All right, it's too small. Everywhere in the peninsula, if a hurricane were to come here, Cat 4 would have literally wiped off Ocean City off the map. I mean, thankfully, my condominium would have been standing, but everybody else, my neighbors who were across the street, who have houses, we're a big building, but we're still neighbors in a way. They would lose their property. They would lose it. So everybody else in Ocean City, they would not be too happy. That's for sure. It's just that, again, I tell everybody about media bias, and, I have to do the job because, I'm from New York. We're from a big media capital, but, I just wish that there'd be more news in Delmarva. But anyhow, I digress. Close out of these. Get organized here. I will take you now to the forecast models for the Mid-Atlantic region. We'll pull it up right now. There is the remnants of Michael. So let's see what the GFS is saying on Michael right now. So pretty much we're here approaching the bands of rain that's coming into Delmarva. Do want to apologize about that, everyone. That's important for the channel later on. I won't get into it now. But as you're seeing right here, there goes the heavy rain. By this time tomorrow morning, there could be a dump full of rain in Delmarva. And then look at this. This storm just barely misses New York City. It's going to hit Long Island tomorrow. Suffolk County may see some of those heavy bands if it ships north. But where I am in Queens County, New York, I wouldn't get impacted. My girlfriend in Mineola, as an example, she would not get impacted because she's further inland. So she wouldn't have to worry about this because we're talking about where Patchogue and Sayville could be. That's way out east. Where I am in Fresh Meadows, I'm not going to notice anything either. So let's see what we got. Yeah, long run, I'm not going to get into it. We need the we're only focused on Delmarva tonight, which again, our peninsula, again, can't handle this amount of rain. I'm telling you that right now. From past storms, and I've seen Coastal Highway flooded numerous times in Ocean City for the 10 years that I've visited and now lived. I'm telling you this right now. We can't handle it. We just can't. And that's why I worry about these storms. So there is the heavy band of rain coming later tonight. And my goodness, look at those bands of rain. Some of those bands are going to end up in Kent County. Some could even go as far north as New Castle County. So that's not good. And then look at that heavy band of rain. Let's see where it ends up. Wow, looks like Delaware's going to get the heaviest rain. I don't know. I have a theory that Delaware's going to have heavier rain. That's what I worry about. What's going to happen if that heavy band of flash flooding with the heavy rain, it would happen in Milford again. Milford can't see that again. They just can't. Right where 113.15 and 113 meets up, if you're familiar with the peninsula, you know what I'm talking about. That area can't see any more damage. Can't. I mean, soaked up, but still, I hate to see it. Yeah, you see here, there's the band of heavy rain goes to Cape May and as far north as Atlantic City. It could even go into Ocean County, New Jersey, where Tom's River is. I don't know. It's possible some of the heavier bands could end up in, let's say, Long Branch or Massaquan. I can't make that assumption yet. But as you can see from the NAM model, there's that heavy band of rain that I talked about. You see where my girlfriend is in Mineola, where I am in Queens. I'll be fine. She's going to be fine too. She'll notice some heavy rain tomorrow, but Suffolk County is going to see some heavy rain tomorrow morning. I'm going to tell you that right now. Looks like it at the moment. And then there's another band of heavy rain that goes into Massachusetts. But let's see. When does this band go away? Okay, 8 hours. Let me figure this out. 7 to 8 hours. We're at 10:30 right now, right? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I might kind of get right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so by 5 or 6 a.m., the rain should clear out. But overnight's going to be an issue. Overnight's going to be an issue. And I'm telling you this right now. If you have to drive tonight on Route 113, or Route 13, I'm going to tell you this right now. No cruise control. I know. I people have told me all the time. Sometimes I get full with the speed trips. All I'm just going to say this right now is, if you can, drive slow if it starts pouring hard. That's all I'm going to say. If it starts pouring hard and you're doing highway speeds, no cruise control, keep your distance. And again, I've seen tractor trailers do this in the rain numerous times. Letting all my fellow big riggers know this right now in Delmarva. I support you guys. But you guys have to understand, if you're out on the road tonight, you need to keep your distance from the cars. You got to keep your distance. Because if you have to hit those brakes, again, my dad's dealt with this in previous storms before. Driving in Delmarva, especially how it gets worse in Delaware. I'm telling you this right now. Keep your distance, no cruise control, and especially if you can, try to do 10 to 15 miles an hour under the speed limit. And I tell people this all the time if it starts to pour. Because the problem is, if you somehow are driving in the heavy rain, and, I could just do the normal speed. No. What if you need time to hit the brakes? If something bad happens. I'm only doing that for that reason. So, I don't know. I'm hoping state police is going to be around tonight to enforce the speed traps. I'm hoping they will, because, telling you this right now, they're doing their job tonight in Delaware. So, Delaware State Police, please stay safe out there tonight. That's all I'm asking. If you're going to be out patrolling the roads. So, please just remember that. Everybody, again, I'm in Ocean City, Maryland. I complain about speed traps, but tonight, you guys got a rough job to do out there in the rain. So, please, the Delaware State Police, stay safe out there tonight. So, we move on to the next story, and we will talk about issues on the Long Island Railroad. So, what happened tonight and earlier today was we had an unauthorized person on the tracks at Penn Station. And what happened was the trespasser was on the tracks in one of the East River tunnels. This took place earlier this morning. So we'll go to the timeline of events. In service advisories starting at 8:20 this morning, the Long Island Railroad warned of westbound delays averaging 20 to 30 minutes and cancellations at Jamaica during the morning rush. At about 9:10 a.m., the railroad said westbound service was entirely suspended. Limited service was restored about 9:20 a.m. with hour-long delays and possible cancellations and diversions. For hours, multiple trains were heading in both directions were canceled or delayed. And at 10:45 this morning, New York City Transit stopped cross-honoring on the 7, 2, 3, and E trains. 10:40 a.m., railroad had restored regular service between Jamaica Station and Penn Station with scattered residual delays. And then this issue earlier tonight on the Long Island Railroad, first reported by Matt Camper. The issue of the fire department being near west, that means, you know what that means? People either got screwed, Andy Centerlink, and the junkyard caused this. And I've been lying. So is Pine Power LI. I'm calling him. That's what I'm talking about here. Even my girlfriend knows this too. She knows this is too. That there's those junkyards right by Westbury. And you know, this is what I worry about. It's the same thing that could happen in Jamaica. There's a few, we don't need that to happen. Recently, I believe this is from the August report. This is not good news. Long Island Railroad trains here is the highest in at least a decade, and it could get worse by years. The Office of State Controller Thomas DiNapoli examines the financial outlook for the MTA, while also quantifying the misery railroad commuters have endured this year, which is on pace to deliver the railroad's worst annual on-time performance since 1998. 99. But you all get the point. According to this report, the LIRR averaged 141 canceled trains each month, significantly higher than 150 monthly cancellations in 2017, the highest monthly average reported in 10 years. The report noted that the LIRR suffered last year in part because of a sharp increase in the number of delays caused by Amtrak, which owns and maintains New York Penn Station and its connecting tunnels. However, the report said, while Amtrak-related delays have fallen by 51% in 2018, the number of delays caused by the Long Island Railroad has jumped 22% to 690 in the first 8 months of 2018, from 567 during the same period last year in 2017. The report was quoted saying, in the absence of substantial improvement in the last 4 months of the year, the number of train delays attributed to the LIRR will exceed last year's level. I don't know. I understand this whole modern LI thing, but I'm going to get into it right now. I don't really want to get into more. Todd Kaminsky. I don't want to even bring him up. I'm not in any mood to even talk about politics, but I want to mention to you this right now. Earlier this week, back on Monday, New Jersey Transit had an audit completed, and New Jersey admits its problems. So, this is what I want to send a message to the MTA, particularly the big guy in Albany, Andrew Cuomo. If New Jersey, and again, I credit Phil Murphy for this, because Fat Turd would have never done this in New Jersey. He would have never done this. He was the one who didn't put the funding in. You know what I'm talking about, Chris Christie. So, my message to Andrew Cuomo is this. If Phil Murphy can audit New Jersey Transit, why can't you put an audit in for the Long Island Railroad and admit that we are in a crisis? Especially with the main line. And I'm going to say this again. Everybody on the main line, Hicksville, Farmingdale, Huntington, Port Jefferson, Mount Kokomo, Oyster Bay branches. My friends who live along the main line, and I have a lot of friends who live along the main line. The majority of them do live along that main line and have easy access to main line stations. Okay? In my friendship circle, in my close friendship circle, I only got about maybe like 2 or 3 people who live in the South Shore. Do I consider Franklin Square to be in the middle of the island? I sort of do. Same with West Hempstead, because literally you're right by Hempstead Turnpike, but majority of my friends live in the middle of the island, and they don't deserve this. They don't. I don't know why the Long Island Railroad can't be under audit. If New Jersey can do it, why can't we do it here in New York? I'm very annoyed about that. And speaking of voting, tomorrow, October 12th, is the last day to register to vote in New York. So here's what you need to do if you are not registered to vote. And I know I'm registered to vote because I know I'm still going to be able to vote. But anyhow, go to your county board of elections and register in New York. Apply in person at one of the numerous state agencies that participate in registration, such as your motor vehicles department. If you already have a DMV issued ID, download a voter registration form and submit it through the NY State DMV website. Mail your application to your local county board of elections, but it must be postmarked by Friday, October 12, 2018, and received on Wednesday, October 17th, 2018. Honorably discharged U.S. military personnel can apply in person through Saturday, October 27th. Election day is on Tuesday, November 6th. If you want to cast an absentee ballot, the last day to mail in a request is October 30th, but you can apply in person through November 5th. No more information, consult the New York State Board of Elections website page on voter registration deadlines. Very quickly, I want to mention a couple voting registration deadlines. I'll figure out New Jersey. So when's Jersey? Let's see when Jersey is the deadline. All right, New Jersey's deadline is on October 16th. Let's check Connecticut since it is in the tri-state area of New York. Important dates and deadlines, November 6th. Oh, my bad. October 3rd. Wow, October 30th. Wow, Connecticut has a very long date. Let's check Pennsylvania, since sometimes I do care about PA. Ooh, Pennsylvania just passed. October 9th it just happened. So now we're going to go to my main cause of concern, Delaware. Let's find out when Delaware's registration is. So in Delaware, the registration is this Saturday, October 13th. In Maryland, the registration deadline is on Tuesday, October 16th. And we'll check Virginia. Important dates, deadlines. October 15th. So, yeah. Our last story of the night is about Selena Gomez. Earlier, TMZ was reporting that she was in an emotional breakdown in hospital. TMZ was the first to break this story, and this is the article they posted last night. Selena Gomez, the musician/actress, was hospitalized twice in the last 2 weeks, and the second time she suffered what sources called an emotional breakdown. She's now at a mental facility for treatment. Multiple sources told TMZ the 26-year-old singer was at her Studio City, California home the last week of September when the first emergency hit. TMZ was told she was despondent and emotional over an alarmingly low white blood cell count in the wake of her kidney transplant. So interesting. This is about her kidney transplant. Okay, let's see. Before leaving social media, Selena Gomez did an Instagram live answering questions from fans and said depression has consumed her life for 5 years. So, this is with another singer, Dua Lipa. I don't know who Stevie McNee is, but so let's continue reading. Selena's last public appearance was on September 22nd at Jennifer Lopez's Las Vegas show. There were also pictures floating around Newport Beach, California, with a couple of fans that was allegedly taken September 27th. Right, so obviously from the kidney transplant. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Khabib is actually threatening to leave UFC. This is a joke. I'm not even going to get into it tonight. But lastly, let's play the sports theme. Welcome to your Week 6 NFL spreads. First up for Thursday Night Football, let's take a live look at the score of the Eagle-Giant game. And with 6:10 left to go in the third quarter, the Philadelphia Eagles are leading the New York Giants 31-13. Now, let's take a look at the spreads for the rest of the week. The Indianapolis Colts will be traveling to play the New York Jets. The Jets are favored -2.5. Tampa Bay this week will travel to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta to play the Falcons. The Falcons are 3-point favorites. We have a pick'em. LA will be traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. This game will be a pick'em. Buffalo Bills will travel to play the Houston Texans, where Houston is -10 to beat the Buffalo Bills. My goodness, I hate when that happens. Now, this is interesting. I like the spread. Bears -3.5 to beat the Miami Dolphins on the road. Minnesota Vikings -10 to beat the Arizona Cardinals. Cincinnati Bengals -2 to beat the Philadelphia Steelers. Seattle at Oakland. Seattle is favored -2.5 to beat the Oakland Raiders. Oh, wait a minute. I know this game. This is the game in London, right? Let me confirm. Right, this is the game in London. I just wanted to confirm that. I know, I'm not crazy, but yeah. My bad, folks. Bring on the Week 6 schedule. Yeah, I accidentally clicked off that one. I apologize. So that's the London game. Carolina at Washington. Washington -1. That might be a close game. Rams -7 to beat the Broncos. Jaguars -3 to beat the Dallas Cowboys. And this is a shocking thing, folks. The Baltimore Ravens are favored -2.5 to beat the Tennessee Titans. So this is your game. Two games you want to keep an eye on this week. Tennessee and Baltimore. Because Baltimore, they're fun to watch. and my team anyway. But Kansas City, New England, minus 3.5. So, obviously, there's that factor to be considered here. Green Bay, minus 9.5 to beat the 49ers. So, yeah, there's that for the week 6 schedule. So, just want to confirm to you all right now if this game will be on Fox. Hang on, folks. I'm just curious to find this out. Yeah, I don't think we're getting this game in New York. Stinks because, But the Sunday night game should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see New England lose to the Chiefs. That happens, I will be smiling. I will be happy because those stupid New England Patriots, I can't deal with them anymore. They are cheaters, and I don't want to get into it. Boy. Interestingly enough, we're going to get the Jacksonville-Dallas game this week. Oh, what an epic fail CBS is giving us in New York. What are they giving us this week in New York for football? Oh, get this, folks. Here in New York, we're getting the Ram-Bronco game. Oh, that stinks. This is what happens when you have a bad slate. Thank goodness I have my Amazon Fire Stick, because then I won't be screwed. And thankfully, I have the TuneIn app, so I'm not completely screwed. So that's gonna wrap up your news update for this evening. Thank you all for watching. Till the next one, please take care.